Namaste, Pranam, Gita Dhyana. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Gratitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitam Ritavarshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim Ambatva Manusandadhami Bhagavad Gite Bhavadveshinim. Oh Bhagavad Gita, with which Lord Narayana himself gave enlightenment to Arjuna. The ancient sage Vyasa included it in the Mahabharata. O goddess, showerer of the nectar-like knowledge of non-dualism contained in your 18 chapters. O my affectionate mother, the destroyer of rebirth, I meditate upon thee. Krishna Vandana. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansachanura Mardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagatgurum. Son of Vasudeva, the slayer of Kansa and Chanur, extreme delight for Mother Devaki, O Lord Krishna, the supreme teacher of the universe, my salutations to you. Srimad Bhagavad Gita, the 6th Adhyaya, Dhyana Yoga, and we are going to read today 45th Shloka, in which Sri Krishna again is going to tell us about how the yogis, they attain to perfection having gone through several cycles of life and death and life and death. They take n number of births maybe to reach that stage of gaining the perfect knowledge, of gaining the ultimate, understanding the ultimate truth of oneness of all beings and their relationship with the Paramatman. We are all part of that Paramatman. There is no me and you. There is no differentiation, no distinction as far as the Jivatman is concerned. And Sri Krishna says, the moment yogis, they get that ultimate realization, there is end to this cycle of birth and death. That is the moksha, that is the liberation. And the spiritual aspirant, he just walks free out of that net. No more entanglement, no more, trapped in the worldly illusions. In the 44th shloka that we read in the previous reading, Sri Krishna told us that at a stage during these cycles of birth and death, a stage comes when he recollects what he had learned in the previous lives. The person recollects, he regains that knowledge. Purva bhyasena te naiva riyate yavashopi saha. And having got that knowledge back, having understood where he had left off on this journey from 0 to 10, he with more rigorously he restarts the journey. All those tiny bits of enjoyments, the enjoyments in terms of harmless and innocent enjoyments. I will give away my clothes to somebody, some needy person. I will give away. So for that, he takes a birth in a pious and a wealthy family. Otherwise, if it is a birth of an incarnation, the divinity itself, then taking a birth in a decent family, maybe a poor family, not at all well-to-do from the money matters point of view, from the financial point of view, just hand to mouth, simple people, but great devotion, dedication to the Lord. They will take birth there and start the journey. So that's what Sri Krishna says. Having got that previous understanding, previous knowledge, purva bhyasena, of the former, because of that former practice, that they will understand that they had left off the journey halfway through and now they have to finish it. And then with more vigor, rigorously they will start the onward journey. Riyate yavashah avashah api jidnyasurapi yogasya shabda brahmati vartate. And a person in whose mind even this slight interest towards liberation has kindled. Very little interest, he may not be thinking of liberation even for that matter, but he knows there is something, and his inquisitiveness, that jidnyasa of understanding, oh, what could it be? Can I attain it? Can I know who I am? Even Sri Krishna says that initial inquisitiveness into this path of yoga, that is far superior even than Shabda Brahma, than studying all these Vedic scriptures and performing all these Vedic rituals, which have their own limitation of gaining something. All the Vedic rites, all the studying the scriptures, they also give knowledge, but they don't give liberation. That's what Sri Krishna says. They will take you to a certain point. They will make you live maybe 10,000, a million years in that heavenly abode, enjoying all those celestial pleasures. But that doesn't give liberation. Again, at the end of that time frame, one has to come back on this earth, take a birth at a proper home, as indicated by Sri Krishna in the previous shlokas. So that is how the life of a yogi becomes. Just a simple inquisitiveness. Who am I? What is my path? Where this path is going to take me? He may not be interested in liberation as such, in the moksha as such, in the nirvana as such. He may not be interested. But even a slight spark of that desire, the slight spark of that anxiety to know that path, that is far superior even than attaining the Shabda Brahman. That is what Sri Krishna says. Now in the 45th shloka, Sri Krishna is going to further tell about the outcome of such a yogi, such a person who has started his journey on this path of meditation towards attaining the ultimate knowledge. Prayatnād yatamānas yogī sanśhuddha-kilbiṣhaḥ aneka-janma-sansiddhas tato yāti parāṁ gatim. Aneka-janma-sansiddhas. That yogi he may have to undergo so many cycles of birth and death. But prayatnād yatamānas yogi. But that yogi, tu is but that yogi who prayatnād, with assiduity, with persistence, with all efforts of with great perseverance and tenacity, prayatnād yatamānas, striving for perfection. He has started the journey, fine. Now he has all these births. He has been striving to go towards that perfection. All his attempts, assiduous attempts, persistent attempts with perseverance. Sanśhuddha-kilbiṣhaḥ. These efforts, they keep on making that yogi sanśhuddha, pure. Pure of what? Kilbiṣhaḥ. They free him from all the ills, all the stains, all the evils, all the sins for that matter. All these efforts, they are slowly wiping out whatever black marks he has put on his white sheet. All those black marks are getting wiped out. He is getting into that state of sanśhuddha-kilbiṣhaḥ. No more stains. No more black spots on his character. No more black spots on his personality. No more sins. No more evils. All these have been wiped out. And with such a stage, aneka-janma-sansiddhas, having got perfected, having got improvement birth after birth, Having got these pluses, wiping out the minuses, birth after birth. Yāti parāṁ gatim. Then this yogi, he reaches the parāṁ gatim. He reaches the highest goal. It won't happen for ordinary people like us. It doesn't happen in a birth or two. Maybe millions and millions of births, but it will happen because the journey has started. And as Sri Krishna told us in the 44th Shloka, that inquisitiveness in our mind as to where we are leading, who are we, that is sufficient enough to take us through on this journey. That is the biggest, tool that we have got. That the anxiety to know, that jidnyasa that Sri Krishna has said. That jidnyasa is the biggest tool that we have got to overcome all the obstacles and reach the ultimate goal. Maybe aneka-janma. We have to go many births and deaths. But the yogis will reach that spot. That's what Sri Krishna says. Don't worry about it. This was in replying to Arjuna's doubts as to what will happen to a yogi who he has taken the path but has not reached perfection, has not reached the parāṁ gatim. Sri Krishna says, doesn't matter. His efforts are not going to get wasted. All these efforts put in birth after birth, they are going to have a cumulative effect. It is like our, the recurring deposit in our bank we keep. Month on month, the interest gets on added to the principal amount, and the principal amount also increases. And finally, when the recurring deposit matures, we get a decent sum of money with the accrued interest. So Sri Krishna says it is something like this, that birth after birth, yogis, they prayatnād, assiduously they are making their efforts in attaining this knowledge. Maybe unknown to them to a certain extent, but they are carrying forward this process birth after birth, and then a stage comes, aneka-janma-sansiddhas. After having reached that stage of siddha, that perfection after so many births, then yāti parāṁ gatim. Then that yogi reaches that ultimate state. He reaches that ultimate stage of perfection, the supreme goal. That's what he reaches. The yogi who strives with assiduity, who strives with persistence and perseverance, purified from sins, sanśhuddha-kilbiṣhaḥ, purified from sins, purified from evils, purified from taints, and perfected through many births, aneka-janma-sansiddhas, reaches then the supreme goal, yāti parāṁ gatim. As simple as that. There is no second doubt about it. This is what Sri Krishna says. This is going to happen. So, as walking assiduously on this path, working towards that perfection, he gains tidbits of those perfections. And finally, he reaches that mark of 10 on that scale of 0 to 10 that we spoke earlier about. And then he reaches that scale of 10. And as he gets purified from sins, he ceases to be affected by inevitable situations, fluctuations on this earthly life. There are no more temptations then. There are no more temptations. There are no more allurements. And he is with a mighty force. He's walking on that path. Now he has crossed the milestone of 9, and it is just the stone number 10 that he has to reach. That is it. But that happens not in one birth or two. Aneka-janma-sansiddhas. Now this is what happens with the yogi. Now whereas the man given to Vedic rites that Sri Krishna had told in the previous shloka, that one who is trying to attain the Shabda Brahma, he is oscillating between various happenings in this life. He's sometimes happy, sometimes not happy, but the yogi, going beyond the happiness and unhappiness, going beyond the pleasure and pain, going beyond the good and bad, going beyond the holiness and unholiness even. He just focuses on that final destination, final goal of oneness with the Paramatman. Me, I am one with my Father. Me and my Father are one. His aim is only to go there. Not just, and that's why Sri Krishna said that such a desire of learning about this path is far superior than even studying the Vedic scriptures and getting to know about Shabda Brahma. The word will only take you to certain level, that's it. It won't make you realize me and my father are one, me and my mother are one. No, that won't happen. But for a Pandit, the knowledge is limited up to studying. Learning. He may rattle off scriptures and scriptures, without taking any notes. But that will have certain limitations of reaching maybe up to point number 9 on this scale, not 10. 10 will come only with the assiduous practice, with tenacity, with perseverance, knowing who am I. And that is what Sri Krishna said. It may take births, millions of births. Now on this, I remember one story that Sri Ramakrishna used to tell, that once it so happened that two sadhakas, they were performing their sadhanas and all, and they found one holy person walking on the road. Holy person asked them, "Oh, you are so much busy performing sadhanas. So I'm very happy to see that." Now one sadhak asks him, "Sir, where are you going? You're such a holy person." He says, "I'm going to meet God." I think that person was Narada himself. So he said, "I'm going to meet God." And then the sadhaka says, "Oh sir, if you are going to meet God, just ask him that I have been doing austerities for such a long time. I'm standing on one leg, one foot for so many years. When will my sadhana gain the fruit? You just go and ask God." Narada said, "Fine, I'll do it." Then as sometime later, he finds another sadhaka. He also is performing austerities. So that sadhaka, he goes down before Narada. "Sir, you are such a great personality. Where are you going?" Narada says, "I am going to meet Lord." This person says, "Oh sir, you please go and ask Lord that this sadhak is performing such a great tedious sadhana for so many years. When will he get the fruit?" Narada said, "Fine, I will go and ask him." And then after many more years, Narada Rishi is coming back. Devarshi Narada is coming back. He finds this sadhak, who was performing austerities. Sadhaka said, "Sir, revered sir, oh Devarshi, you are coming back after seeing God. So what did you ask my doubt to God, that when will I get the liberation?" So Narada looked at him. "Yes, I asked God about your sadhanas and all that, and God said, oh, he will get liberation." He said, "But when?" He said, "You see this tree under which you are performing sadhana? How many leaves are there on this tree? It will take those many births for you to reach liberation. As many number of leaves on this tree, so many births you have to perform sadhana." And this sadhak, he just slumps down on the ground. "Oh my God," he says. "Oh my God, it is going to take me such a long time, and I have been bothered about performing all these austerities. I have renounced everything, and I have to do it for so many births." He is crestfallen, he is dejected, he is into that mood of Arjuna in the first adhyaya of yoga, Bhagavad Gita, the Vishad. Then Narada says, well, that is your, but don't lose patience, it will happen. Then as Narada again is coming, going ahead, he finds the first sadhu that he had met. That sadhu touches his feet and said, oh Devarshi, did you ask God about the question that I had put to you, that when will I get liberation, when will I get when will I reach the final goal of my sadhana? Narada says, yes, very much. I asked the Lord. The Lord said, well, the tree under which this sadhaka is performing sadhana, he will have to take the same number of births like the tree has the leaves. As many leaves on the tree, so many births this sadhaka has to undergo the sadhana, and then he will get liberation. And this sadhaka starts jumping up and down. He's so happy. Oh my God, what a beautiful, what a, compassionate Lord I have got. I am meditating on my Lord for such a long time, and he has given me an answer. Just the number of leaves on this tree. I have to take birth, perform sadhana, and I will be free. So compassionate, so graceful, so blessed Lord, such a great blessing the Lord has given me. You see the difference in the outlook of the two sadhakas? This fellow, he has hopes. Whatever Lord say, so what? Aneka-janma-sansiddhas. He knows he will have to slog birth after birth after birth, but at the end of it, he knows there is hope. And that's what Sri Krishna says in this, that yes, there is a hope for everyone. Don't be hopeless. Don't lose your hopes. And let me quote Sri Ramakrishna's teaching on this, assiduity, the perseverance, the persistence with which the sadhaka should practice the sadhana. Sri Ramakrishna says, the newborn calf totters and tumbles down several times before learning to frisk about. When a calf takes birth from cow's body, he with a thud, that poor fellow, he falls on the ground. He can't get up. He tries his best, and look at his mother, that cow. She also, the moment he tries to go near his mother, that cow tries to go near the mother to take support to stand on its legs. Cow just kicks that calf. Don't come near me. You stand on your own feet. And that calf tumbles and tumbles and tumbles. And then a stage comes that he stands on his feet, jumps, takes first jump of his life. And having known he can just jump like anything, he just starts, frisking about this place, and then finally, then he comes to his mother. Then mother also welcomes him. That cow starts licking the calf, and then the calf starts feeding. Then the mother guides the calf to her udder, and then the calf gets his first, the food. Then the calf gets. But before that, he has to tenaciously, with great persistence, that calf has to learn to kick about, to kick around, to frisk about. Sri Ramakrishna says, similarly, the sadhaka has to struggle much before he meets with success. Not just in one birth or two births or three births, but should not lose hope. Even if we are on the deathbed, we should know that yes, next birth I'm going to get it. So what if I have not if I have not realized what I have to realize, if I have not realized in this birth? That is the greatness, that is the great assurance that Sri Krishna is giving to Arjuna, Sri Krishna is giving to all of us, that don't lose hopes. Have patience, have perseverance, and rigorously follow your path. Rigorously follow your path. A day will come, like that story of sadhaka. N number of births, as many leaves on the tree, so many births. But at the end of it, we have got to succeed. And with that assurance from Sri Krishna, let us complete our reading of this 45th shlok here today. Till the next shlok, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Sri Krishna Arpanamastu. Jai Sri Ramakrishna. Jai Thakur. Jai Ma. Jai Swamiji.